I'm standing in my mother's backyard watching 43 people celebrate my money. They don't know that, of course. Nobody knows. The folding chairs I'm not sitting in? My credit card. The baked ziti everyone's devouring? My account. The white tent keeping everyone dry? Also me. 3 years of silence bought all of this. My phone buzzes. Another overdue notice. I silence it and watch my mom glide through the crowd like she's hosting the Oscars. She hasn't looked at me once since I arrived 2 hours ago. Have you tried the ham? Aunt Carol asks, squeezing past me. I haven't. There's no plate with my name on it. No seat. No introduction when people ask who I am. Just, oh, that's Vanessa. Not even my daughter. Just Vanessa. I should have known better than to come. Should have recognized the pattern. But when she texted big family dinner this Saturday. Everyone's coming, something stupid inside me hoped things might be different. That maybe, after everything I'd quietly done to keep this house standing, she'd finally see me. I lean against the back door and count the cost in my head. Property taxes, $18,000 over 3 years. Electric bills, 42 months at an average of $230. Homeowner's insurance, $6,000. The refinance I co-signed when the bank threatened foreclosure, another $12,000 in fees and payments. The total sits in my chest like a stone. Then my mom taps her wine glass. The crowd goes quiet. I want to thank everyone for being here tonight, she says, her voice trembling with emotion. My heart pounds. Maybe this is it. Maybe she'll finally say something. She turns toward my younger sister. This dinner celebrates Brooke. Her engagement. Her beautiful future. The applause drowns out the sound of something inside me finally breaking. The thing about being erased is that it happens slowly, then all at once. Cousin Tyler got a standing ovation when Mom introduced him. Just accepted a position at Goldman Sachs, she announced, beaming like he was her own son. Brooke's fiancé got a 5-minute speech about his impressive career in tech and bright future. Even Uncle Ray, who literally hasn't worked since 2019, got introduced as our family's free spirit, living his best life in Wyoming. Me? I tried to help serve dessert. Mom physically steered me away from the table. You're in the way, Vanessa. I stood near the drink station. Can you move? People need to get through. At one point, a cousin I haven't seen since childhood asked Mom who I was. My own mother laughed, actually laughed, and said, nobody important. Just helping out tonight. Not her daughter. Not even by name this time. Nobody important. I watch Brooke open engagement gifts. Crystal picture frames. Expensive cookware. A check from Grandma for $5,000. Everyone claps. Everyone takes photos. The happiness is suffocating. I paid for the photographer too. That realization hits me mid-bite of a cookie I grabbed from the kitchen. The professional photographer weaving through guests, capturing every moment of Brooke's special night. I got the invoice last week. $600. I paid it without question because Mom said it was urgent and for something special. This is the something special. A celebration I funded. For a sister who doesn't know I exist beyond being the background character who occasionally shows up. Mom raises her glass again. To Brooke and Marcus. May your love story be everything you deserve. Everyone drinks. I set down my cookie. Something inside me doesn't just crack. It shuts off completely. Like flipping a breaker switch in a dark house. No anger. No tears. Just cold, perfect clarity. I don't remember walking to my car. 1 minute I'm standing by the back door watching strangers celebrate in a house I'm keeping afloat, and the next I'm sitting in my Honda in the driveway, hands shaking on the steering wheel. My phone lights up. Venmo request from Mom, $340. Memo, your share of the caterer. Thanks. Red heart. My share. I stare at that message for a full minute. My share of the caterer I already paid for in full. On my credit card. 3 days ago. When she said the deposit was due and she was a little short this month. I scroll through my banking app. The charges are all there, lined up like evidence in a case I've been building without realizing it. June 2nd, property tax payment, $6,000. July 18th, emergency roof repair, $3,400. August 3rd, electric bill, $287. September 12th, homeowner's insurance annual premium, $2,100. October 1st, another property tax installment, $6,000. November 20th, catering deposit, $1,200. On and on and on. 3 years of this. I never asked for credit. Never wanted recognition. Dad died and someone had to step up, so I did. Quietly. Because that's what you do for family. Except they're not treating me like family. They're treating me like an ATM machine that occasionally shows up to events. A notification pops up. Brooke posted on social media, best night ever. Mom really knows how to throw a party. Feeling so blessed and loved. 2 hearts. 47 likes already. I clicked to her profile. Her engagement ring probably cost more than I make in 3 months. Her apartment in the city, the one Mom always brags about, has floor-to-ceiling windows and a doorman. Meanwhile, I'm in a studio in Newark with a radiator that only works on Tuesdays. Another text from Mom, you left without saying goodbye. Rude, Vanessa. Rude. I funded your party. Saved your house. Kept your lights on for 3 years. And I'm rude for leaving without saying goodbye to people who didn't say hello. I don't text back. Instead, I open my bank's app and start taking screenshots. Every payment. Every transfer. Every invoice with my name on it and her address in the billing section. 3 years of receipts. 3 years of proof. I'm done being invisible. The apartment is dark when I get home. I don't turn on the lights. I just sit on my couch with my phone, scrolling through 3 years of financial transactions like I'm reading someone else's life story. Because in a way, I am. This isn't the story of a daughter helping her family. This is the story of someone being used. There's a difference. At 2 a.m., I open a blank spreadsheet and start itemizing everything. Property taxes, $18,000, 6 payments since Dad died, electric bills, $9,660, 42 months averaging $230, insurance premiums, $6,300, 3 annual payments, emergency repairs, $8,700, roof, furnace, plumbing, refinance costs, $4,200, closing costs and fees I covered, water bills, $2,100, because those got forgotten too, this dinner, $2,840, catering, rentals, photographer. Total, $51,800. $51,800. In 3 years. While living in a 400-square-foot studio. While driving a car with a check engine light that's been on since last winter. While eating meal prep chicken and rice 6 days a week to save money. I lean back and stare at the number. That's a down payment on a house. That's a year of not worrying about rent. That's freedom I gave away for people who can't even remember to introduce me at parties. My phone buzzes. Brooke, Mom's upset you left early. What's your problem? I almost reply. Almost explain. Almost send her the spreadsheet and say this is my problem. But I don't. Because explaining won't change anything. People who want to understand you don't need explanations. People who don't want to understand you won't accept them anyway. Instead, I do something I should have done 3 years ago. I log into the property tax portal and remove my saved payment method. Then the electric company. Remove autopay. Insurance premium. Cancelled auto renewal. One by one, I disconnect myself from the financial life support I've been providing. No dramatic announcement. No angry phone call. Just quiet, systematic withdrawal. The next bill that comes due will bounce. And the one after that. And the one after that. Let's see how long it takes them to notice I'm gone when the lights go out. I close my laptop and finally turn on a lamp. My reflection stares back at me from the dark window. I look tired. Older than 29. But for the first time in 3 years, I also look like someone who just made a decision. Not out of anger. Out of self-preservation. There's a difference between giving up on people and refusing to let them destroy you. I'm choosing the second one. 12 days pass before the first phone call comes. I'm at work, reviewing quarterly reports, when my phone starts buzzing across my desk. Mom. Declined. She calls again immediately. Declined. Then a text, call me. Urgent. I silence my phone and go back to work. That evening, there are 6 missed calls and 11 texts. I read them while eating leftover stir-fry at my kitchen counter. The electric company says payment was declined. Vanessa, this is serious. Call me back. I don't understand what happened. There must be a mistake. The property tax office sent a late notice. Did you forget to pay? Forget. As if the last 3 years were just me remembering to pay bills out of the goodness of my heart, and I simply forgot this month. I delete the texts without responding. 2 days later, Brooke calls. I answer this time. Curiosity wins. What is going on with you? She demands. No hello. No how are you? I'm fine. How's wedding planning? Mom says you're ignoring her. She's freaking out about some bills. Did you two have a fight? A fight requires 2 people acknowledging each other's existence. No fight, I say calmly. Just made some changes to my budget. Well, can you undo them? She's really stressed. I'm sure she'll figure it out. Silence on the other end. Then, you're being really selfish right now. This isn't like you. This isn't like me. She's right about that. The old me would have apologized. Would have logged back in and paid everything immediately. Would have felt guilty for causing stress. The new me says, I have to go. Congratulations again on the engagement. I hang up before she can respond. That night, I get an email from Mom. The subject line is disappointed. I don't open it. Instead, I open my spreadsheet and add a new column, projected consequences. Property tax, late fees start accruing after 30 days. Lien possible after 6 months. Electric, disconnect notice after 1 missed payment. Shut off after 2. Insurance, coverage lapses immediately if premium isn't paid within grace period. I'm not trying to destroy her. I'm just removing myself from the equation. If the house is truly hers, she can maintain it herself. Week 3 brings a voicemail I almost don't listen to. Mom's voice is different. Smaller. The performance is gone. Vanessa, I don't know what I did to upset you, but please. I need help. The insurance company sent a cancellation notice. If we don't pay by Friday, we lose coverage. I can't. I don't have it right now. Please call me back. My finger hovers over the callback button. 3 years of helping, and this is the first time she said I need help instead of just expecting it. But notice what's still missing. No acknowledgement of what I've already done. No apology for the dinner. No recognition that I've been carrying this burden alone. Just I need help when it benefits her. I delete the voicemail. Friday comes and goes. The insurance lapses. And I sleep better than I have in 3 years. Sometimes the most loving thing you can do for people is let them experience the consequences of taking you for granted. Even if they never understand why. The message comes from Aunt Diane. We've never been close. She lives in Baltimore and only shows up for major holidays. But at 11 p.m. on a Thursday, her name appears on my phone. Hey Vanessa. This is awkward, but I think you should know something. My stomach drops. Your mom has been telling everyone you're going through financial trouble. She said you borrowed a lot of money from her and that's why she didn't spotlight you at the dinner. She said you're embarrassed about it and asked us not to bring it up around you. I read it 3 times. Each time, the words rearrange into something worse. She's been asking family members to help her cover bills because she loaned you everything she had. I didn't want to believe it, but I thought you should know what's being said. My hands start shaking. It's not enough that she erased me. She rewrote me. In her version of reality, I'm not the person who saved her house. I'm the charity case who took from her. I'm the burden. The embarrassment. The reason she's struggling. I sit on my bathroom floor with my phone, reading Aunt Diane's message over and over until the words blur. This explains everything. Why no one asked where I'd been. Why the cousins looked at me with pity at the dinner. Why Brooke called me selfish without hesitation. They think I'm the villain in this story. She made me the villain. Another text from Diane, I'm sorry. I should have asked you directly instead of believing it. Are you okay? Am I okay? I've spent $51,000 keeping my mother's life intact while she told everyone I was draining her dry. I've worked overtime and skipped vacations and lived in the cheapest apartment I could find while she played the martyr to a family that believed her without question. No. I'm not okay. But I'm about to be. I stand up and walk to my desk. The spreadsheet is still open on my laptop. 3 years of evidence. Every transaction dated, categorized, and documented. I've been gathering receipts without even realizing it. Not for revenge. For protection. Because some part of me always knew this moment would come. I screenshot the summary page. The one with the total at the bottom, $51,800. Then I opened the family group chat. The same one Mom used to invite everyone to Brooke's engagement dinner. 63 people in this chat. Aunts, uncles, cousins, even some family friends. My finger hovers over the message box. Once I send this, there's no taking it back. The family will fracture. Sides will form. Holidays will never be the same. But they already aren't the same. Because I'm not the same. I type slowly, carefully, editing 3 times before I'm satisfied. I didn't borrow money from Mom. I paid $51,800 over 3 years to keep her house, property taxes, insurance, utilities, and repairs. I also paid for Brooke's engagement dinner. I stopped helping because I can't afford to anymore. I stayed quiet to keep peace. I won't anymore. I attach the spreadsheet summary. My thumb hovers over send for 10 seconds. Then I press it. The message delivers. 3 dots appear immediately as someone starts typing. Then more dots. Then more. My phone starts buzzing with incoming messages. I turn it off and go to bed. Whatever happens next, I'm ready. I leave my phone off for 16 hours. When I finally power it back on the next morning, it takes 3 full minutes for all the notifications to load. 87 unread messages in the family group chat. 23 missed calls. 41 text messages. My inbox is a war zone. I make coffee first. Sit down at my kitchen table. Then I start reading. The group chat is chaos. Aunt Diane, I knew something didn't add up. Cousin Marcus, wait, Vanessa paid for our dinner? Uncle Ray, Linda, is this true? Mom hasn't responded. Neither has Brooke. But other people have. Aunt Patricia from Boston, I sent Linda $500 last month because she said she was helping you with medical bills. Vanessa, did you even have medical bills? I didn't. Cousin Tyler, she told me Vanessa was in credit card debt and needed help. I sent $300. Uncle Jim, same here. $400 last spring. The messages keep coming. Different relatives. Different stories. Same pattern. My mother told everyone I was drowning, then collected money to help me that I never saw. I screenshot every single message. Then I go through my direct messages. Aunt Carol, honey, I'm so sorry. I had no idea. Your mom made it sound like you were barely getting by. Cousin Bethany, this explains why you looked so uncomfortable at the dinner. God, Vanessa, I'm so sorry we didn't notice. Not everyone is sympathetic. Cousin Derek, you didn't have to air dirty laundry publicly. This should have been handled privately. Uncle Frank, family business stays in the family. Putting this in the group chat was disrespectful. Aunt Sharon, Linda has her faults but she raised you. There are two sides to every story. There it is. The performance of family loyalty that requires me to stay silent while being erased. I don't respond to any of them yet. Instead, I spend the morning building something more comprehensive. A detailed document. Not just the summary, the complete breakdown. Every payment with confirmation numbers. Screenshots of text messages where mom asked for help with a bill. Emails with invoice attachments showing my name and her address. Bank statements with transfers highlighted. The catering contract for the engagement dinner with my credit card authorization. The property tax portal showing me listed as the payer of record for 3 years. I organize it chronologically. Make it impossible to misinterpret. This isn't anger. This is evidence. By noon, the document is 23 pages long. I save it as Financial History 2022 to 2025, Complete Documentation. Then I receive a message that changes everything. It's from Brooke. Just 2 words, call me. I stare at my phone. Part of me wants to ignore it. Wants to let her sit in the reality she helped create. But another part, the part that remembers us as kids, before mom decided one daughter was golden and the other was invisible, that part wants to hear what she has to say. I call. She answers on the first ring. Is it true? Her voice is thick, like she's been crying. All of it? Yes. Silence. Then, I didn't know, Vanessa. I swear I didn't know. You called me selfish. Because mom said, she stops. Takes a shaky breath. She said you were being difficult. That you were mad about something petty and taking it out on her. I didn't know you were. I didn't know you'd been paying for everything. Now you do. Why didn't you tell me? Because you never asked. Because you believed her without question. Because I shouldn't have to prove I'm not the villain. But I don't say any of that. Instead, I say, would you have believed me 3 days ago? Another long silence. Then, quietly, no. Probably not. At least she's honest. I'm sorry, she whispers. It's a start. But sorry doesn't pay back $51,000. Mom finally responds to the group chat 3 days later. I'm at the grocery store when my phone buzzes with her message. I stop in the middle of the cereal aisle and read it. I'm hurt and shocked by Vanessa's accusations. Yes, she helped with some bills after her father passed, but I've been supporting her emotionally and financially in other ways she's conveniently not mentioning. I opened my home to her countless times. Gave her a place to stay when she needed it. This is how she repays kindness, with public humiliation. I'm devastated. I read it twice. Then I laugh. Right there in the cereal aisle, holding a box of generic cornflakes, I actually laugh. A place to stay when I needed it. I've never lived with her as an adult. Not once. I've had my own apartment since college. But facts don't matter when you're performing for an audience. The responses come fast. Aunt Sharon, see? There are always 2 sides. Uncle Frank, this sounds like a misunderstanding that got blown out of proportion. Cousin Derek, maybe you both need to sit down and talk this out privately like adults. But then other voices push back. Aunt Diane, Linda, what bills did Vanessa need help with? Be specific. Cousin Marcus, you told me last year that Vanessa borrowed $8,000. Where's the proof? Aunt Patricia, I want my $500 back if you weren't actually helping Vanessa. The group chat fractures in real time. Half the family demanding answers. The other half defending mom's right to privacy. And me? I post one more thing. The complete document. All 23 pages uploaded to a shared drive with view access for everyone in the chat. Then I type, every payment is documented. Confirmation numbers included. Anyone who wants the truth can verify it themselves. I'm not asking you to choose sides. I'm asking you to look at the evidence. Then I mute the chat. Because I'm done performing too. That evening, individual messages start coming through. Cousin Bethany, I looked at everything. Vanessa, I'm so sorry. This is insane. Uncle Ray, I had no idea it was this bad. Your dad would be furious. Aunt Carol, I'm calling your mother tonight. This isn't right. But the most surprising message comes from someone I barely know. Cousin Trevor. He's 22, just graduated college, quiet at family events. My parents did something similar to my older brother. Made him the problem when he stopped helping. Took me years to see it. Good for you for getting out. Don't let them guilt you back in. I stare at that message for a long time. Getting out. Like this is something I can actually escape. Like setting boundaries isn't going to cost me every holiday, every birthday, every normal family moment for the foreseeable future. But maybe that's the price. Maybe freedom always costs something. Brooke texts separately, Mom's not handling this well. She's talking about lawyers. Lawyers for what? I don't know. Defamation or something. She's spiraling. Let her spiral. For 3 years, I held everything together while she performed for strangers. Now she can perform for lawyers if she wants. I'm done being the safety net for someone who pushed me off the ledge. My phone buzzes one more time. Unknown number. This is Aunt Diane. I'm organizing a call with some of the family who believe you. We want to help. Can we talk this week? I save her number. Then I type back, yes. Thank you. It's not everyone. But it's enough. Sometimes the family you need isn't the one you were born into. It's the one that chooses to see you. The lawyer threat never materializes. According to Brooke, Mom's attorney looked at the documentation and told her she didn't have a case. You can't sue someone for telling the truth with receipts. But that doesn't stop the rest of the fallout. Week 1, Mom blocks me on everything. Phone, social media, email. Complete silence. Week 2, half the family follows her lead. The group chat splits into 2 separate chats, one with me, one without. Week 3, Brooke tells me Mom's staying with Aunt Sharon in Pennsylvania. She can't afford the house without your help. She's looking at selling. The house Dad worked 2 jobs to buy. The house I spent $51,000 protecting. Now it's going on the market because she won't admit what actually happened. I should feel guilty. I don't. Aunt Diane's group, the ones who actually looked at the evidence, starts meeting weekly on video calls. 7 relatives total. Not a lot, but more than I expected. They ask questions. How long were you planning to keep helping? Did you ever think about saying something sooner? What do you need from us now? That last question catches me off guard. Nobody's ever asked what I need. Just, don't make me explain myself anymore, I say. I'm tired of defending why I stopped letting someone use me. Aunt Carol nods. You don't owe anyone an explanation. Not even us. It's the permission I didn't know I needed. Brooke and I talk twice a week now. Careful conversations where we're both learning who the other person actually is without Mom's narrative between us. I keep thinking about all the times she'd complain about money, Brooke says during one call. And I just believed her. I never questioned it. She's good at performing, I say. She is. Long pause. The wedding's in 8 months. I don't know if I should invite her. That's your choice. Not mine. Would you come? If she's there? I think about it. Really think about it. I'll come for you, I say finally. But I'm not pretending everything's fine. I'm not hugging her for photos. I'm not performing anymore. Fair, Brooke says quietly. That's fair. The property goes up for sale in October. Aunt Diane sends me the listing. 3-bedroom colonial in New Jersey. Needs some updating but full of potential. The photos show rooms I kept lit. A roof I kept dry. Walls I kept standing. I close the listing and don't look again. That house was never mine anyway. I was just the person keeping it alive for someone who couldn't admit she needed help. There's a difference between helping someone and being used by them. It took me 3 years and $51,000 to learn it. But at least I finally did. My phone buzzes. New email. The subject line makes my heart stop. Family gathering, January 2026. I almost delete it. Then I see who it's from. Not Mom. Not Brooke. Aunt Diane. I open it slowly, afraid of what I'll find. But the message is simple. We're hosting a dinner. Small group. Just the people who stood by you. Your name's on the seating chart. Right at the head of the table. Will you come? I read it 3 times. Then I type one word back. Yes. The dinner is at Aunt Diane's house in Baltimore. I drive down on a Saturday afternoon in early January, nervous in a way I haven't been in months. My car still has the check engine light on. I still live in the same studio apartment. But something about me is different now. I'm not invisible anymore. 7 people show up. Aunt Diane, Uncle Ray, Aunt Carol, Cousin Bethany, Cousin Marcus, Cousin Trevor, and Brooke. Not 43 people. Just 7. But when I walk through the door, every single one of them says my name. Vanessa, you made it. Vanessa, let me take your coat. Vanessa, we saved you the best seat. The dining room table has name cards. Mine is at the head. I sit down and something in my chest loosens. This is what being seen feels like. Dinner is loud. Comfortable. Real. No performance. No one asking me to shrink. No one treating me like I'm lucky to be included. Uncle Ray tells terrible jokes. Bethany shows off photos from her recent trip to Colorado. Marcus talks about his new job. Trevor asks my advice about an apartment lease. Normal family stuff. The stuff I thought I'd never have. Halfway through dessert, Aunt Diane taps her glass. I want to say something, she starts. Vanessa, what your mom did was wrong. What a lot of us did, believing her without asking questions, that was wrong too. You deserved better. You deserve better. And I'm sorry it took something this painful for us to see it. Others nod. Your family, Aunt Carol adds. Not because of obligation. Because we choose you. My throat tightens. Brooke reaches over and squeezes my hand. Thank you, I manage. All of you. This means more than you know. The conversation shifts. Someone mentions Mom's house sold last week. Under asking price, but it's sold. She's moving to a condo in Pennsylvania, Uncle Ray says. Near Sharon. Is she okay? I ask, because despite everything, part of me still needs to know. She's managing, Aunt Diane says carefully. Still telling people her version of events. But fewer people are listening now. I nod. That's all I needed to hear. She's surviving. Just not at my expense anymore. As I'm leaving, Brooke walks me to my car. Mom sent me something yesterday, she says, pulling out her phone. I wasn't sure if I should show you. She hands me the phone. It's a text from Mom, please ask Vanessa to call me. I'd like to talk. I stare at the message. 6 months ago, I would have called immediately. Would have hoped this was the moment she'd finally apologize. Finally see me. Now? What do you think? Brooke asks. I think she had 6 months to reach out directly. She chose to go through you instead. So, no? I hand back the phone. Not yet. Maybe not ever. I don't know. Brooke nods slowly. I get it. Do you? Yeah. She looks at me, really looks at me. You're not the villain she made you out to be. And you're not the doormat I thought you were either. You're just, you. And that's enough. I hug her tight. For the first time in years, it feels real. The drive home takes 2 hours. I spend most of it thinking about everything that's changed. I'm not rich. The $51,000 is gone, and it's not coming back. My family is fractured. Some relationships won't recover. Holidays will be complicated for years. But I'm free. Free from the performance. Free from being erased. Free from sacrificing myself for people who couldn't even remember my name. When I get home, there's an envelope taped to my apartment door. No return address. Inside is a card with a handwritten note. Vanessa, I heard what happened through the family. I'm one of the cousins you probably don't remember. I was 12 at that dinner. I just wanted you to know that what you did gave me permission to set boundaries with my own parents. They've been doing something similar, not with money, but with control. Watching you stand up for yourself showed me I could too. Thank you for being brave. Kelsey. I read it twice, then pin it to my refrigerator. This is why I spoke up. Not for revenge. Not even for justice. For the other invisible people in families like mine. The ones holding everything together while being treated like they don't exist. If my story helps even one person realize they deserve better, then it was worth it. I make tea and sit by my window. My phone is quiet. My spreadsheet is closed. My conscience is clear. And for the first time in 3 years, I'm not waiting for someone to finally see me. Because I already see myself. And that's everything.